Part of the problem comes in the way that people speak of total depravity. They speak of total depravity as if what it means is that we're all as bad as we could possibly be. That's not what total depravity is saying. Total depravity is simply acknowledging that the dust of death, if you like, has settled on every part of our human existence, so that it affects both our intellect, it affects our emotions, it affects our sexuality, and so on. And I would argue that the onus is on the person who disavows that to explain to me just why it is that life is as it is. Why is it that after all of these years, with all of our technological advance, with all of the capacity, with all of our developments, husbands and wives cannot live together. Parents and children are at war with one another. The United Nations gets together and convenes talks and talks and talks, and the nations are at war with one another. Why is that? Well, the Bible has an answer. The people who say it is something other than that, or that the answer lies inside yourself, I think they're just hard-pressed to make their case. In fact, I would put it this way to somebody. A lot of my friends who are sort of spiritual, and they've embraced some form of quasi-New Age spirituality, and they have bought the notion that if there's something wrong, it's not them. That the problem, whatever it is outside of them. And the answer is inside of them. If they'll look inside themselves, which is a form of idolatry, then the answer is there. The gospel is the reverse of that. The gospel is actually saying, no, there is a problem, and the fundamental problem is inside of us. And the answer is outside of us. In fact, the answer is outside the walls of Jerusalem on a Roman cross in the death of the Messiah, who died, who was forsaken in order that my life might be forgiven, who was crushed in order that, my life might become all that he desires for it to be.